So, pardon the interruption, but I remember that 2 or 3 years ago, Belgrade was the second best night place in the world.
Yeah, I think it is still. It's like literally
Still,
they call it like Little Berlin or something.
yeah, something like Little Berlin. So the best thing is for me to move to Belgrade. This is your advice. Thank you very much. Okay,
Okay, meeting's done. Everybody comes.
meeting's done. Thank you very much.
Hello, guys.
Hey, man.
Hello, Mati. Hello, how are you?
Hello, SDK.
How are you? Hello, Leah. Hello, Stoyan.
Hello.
We are ready. We'll just wait additional 3 to 4 minutes to see if Fingers are gonna join us.
You okay?
Just a second.
Yeah, maybe he's joining in a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, 4 or 5 minutes.
Because he's in USA and there's a big time difference.
He's in the States. We got huge time zone difference.
Well, no problem. It's okay.
Is it
Where's
safe?
your camera, man?
Where is it?
San Diego,
I don't know, San Diego. How many hours?
California.
That's like
That's
11, 12, right? That's a
Uh,
lot. New York is 6,
7.
and then they are more. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
I woke up like an hour ago, so.
No, you don't have time difference.
Mati, are you ready, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm always ready.
First of July we will open, so I think we will do 4 or 5 parties only for the whole summer season, but the one will be yours, so get ready.
Bro, you're making my day. Like Leah just invited me to move to Belgrade. You just invited me to go to Halkidiki.
Yeah, no problem. And one of my friends here, one manager worked with Leah, so maybe he will bring Leah too. So.
Oh, really? Which club? We were.
Zan.
Ahoy.
Zan?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're in Greece, right?
Yeah.
I just realized. Okay.
I'm from Russia, but I live here in Greece.
Where?
I live in Thessaloniki. Yeah. I work in Kalithea in Halkidiki 5 years now. Yeah. And I don't like it here, but it's okay.
Why?
It's not so good. Political things, it's a little bit madness here. Nightlife is
political madness. Yeah. You think here is okay?
I don't know. I've been in Macedonia. I've played in Skopje. I liked it there. I don't know why, but I liked it there. I mean, the nightlife here, the nightlife is dying a little bit. Too much folk music. All the clubs start to play folk music.
Same problem here. Don't worry. Same.
Yeah. It's like shit. So, okay, we will see. I will go to kill everybody that plays folk music. So they stop playing it.
PAOK, baby, welcome.
Yeah, here.
We got another DJ. Okay, guys, if you want, we can start, and Fingers will just join us whenever he wants, and if it's okay for him. First, I want to introduce myself as a moderator. My name is Maria Radulov, and I'm born and raised in Bulgaria, which is part of the Bulgarian most beautiful part, Sofia. I've been DJing for the past 15 years, and that's it. That's it. Leah.
Hi. Should I introduce myself, or are you good?
Yeah, and yeah, if you want, I can introduce it in short terms, and I'll leave the rest to you. I know that you make great parties in Belgrade, cherry on the top, which I know are top notch. You've made great parties here in Bulgaria. I'm looking forward to be as a client, as a participant, as a clubber to your parties. So give us some more information about you.
Well, I'm DJ Lea. I'm a baby DJ compared to you guys. I've been in the business like nothing. Now it's been 4 years, now in March. So I barely just started. I finished music academy, I finished piano, and then I switched to this.
Which is
That's in short terms.
which makes you more professional than we are. Okay, with Leonidas, we met in Ahoy in Halkidiki. Happy to have you, man. Give us
Nice,
some info
nice.
about you.
Nice to see you guys. Thank you very much. Bro, what to tell you? Thanks. First of all, you was amazing in Ahoy. You know that I told you. It was very great night. So I'm Leo. I've played music about 15 years now, I think. Yeah. I'm a resident DJ in Ahoy Club in Halkidiki for 5 years now. I've played in a beach bar in Halkidiki also, and I'm the official DJ of the biggest team in North Greece at PAOK FC. I'm the public announcer there and the DJ.
That's great, guys. So one of the first questions that I want to ask you is about the situation right now that we're in. And the one thing that comes and pops in my mind when all this thing happened with the crisis, if I can call it like this, is all the clubs that have closed. So what do you do right now? Is it good for you to have that little time out? Does it do good for you? And how do you see the future? We're gonna start with the lady. So Leah, it's on you, man.
Thank you. Well, I must admit, for me, it was kind of good. I got to the point when I was a bit tired of like changing the clubs, traveling and everything. And actually I was sick of playing the same songs, because when you do hip hop, it's not like house music. With house music, you can do more stuff, you can change more. When you do a fancy hip hop club, R&B club, you have to stick to the same songs. If you don't play them, they come with notes. They want you to play that. So you basically still play Candy Shop. And I'm like, Jesus, it's 2020. I mean, it's a good song, but people still scream when they hear Usher, yeah, and Candy Shop. So I was a bit sick of playing the same stuff all over. So this was like a nice pause and a break from it. But I really do miss it. I was even doing like Instagram lives because I was really missing it, and just having the connection with people. I mean, it's not the same when you're alone at home and just not like you're downloading music, you're listening to it, but it's not the same feeling. Obviously, it's not the same on Instagram as in real life. It's not, they are real people, but I don't see them. I cannot see their reaction, which is really important to me. I can only read
connection with the
yeah,
crowd.
I really need the connection. So now I'm really missing it and really cannot wait for the clubs to open and just go back to it. Even with Candy Shop, it's even better than not working at all.
So Leo, how's the situation right now in Greece, and how do you feel about the timeout that we have right now?
Look, if you save money, bro, it's okay. It's good time. I think 2 months it's good, but when the money is finished, then you're starting going crazy and you want to go to work again. But with the music, no, I think I've listened every day to the music. I've changed all my playlist again. I had some time. But right now we are, I don't know, maybe in July we will start the clubs. So till July, I think I'm going to be crazy. I don't know. It's a little bit, yeah. It's not so good. I've played in Instagram. I've made some lives. I've played Home Alone. I've played for my dog.
For cats.
Yeah. It's crazy. But I think when we start to play again, we will have more power. Like we will have much more power to play. So I think
First of all,
good.
when it comes to money, don't forget that we buy expensive toys. Like DJs buy expensive toys. So there's the main problem when it comes to budgeting. For me, it wasn't a timeout because I had time to focus in other things. Like I started a YouTube channel. Uh, as you, I started revisiting and remaking my whole playlists. The thing that you said about Candy Shop and Usher, yeah, and Party Up in Here, like all the songs that we hate playing, but right now, when I started rehearing all the music that I have, I actually started loving the music even more. Like I found something new in the music that I was playing. And you're both right. Probably we're gonna be with more power, with more joy, and be more positive to the crowd because we haven't been connected for 2 months.
There are two things.
But,
Sorry, Mati.
Yeah, sure, man.
There are two things about playing old songs. The one is that, like, I like flashbacks, but not the whole program. I like flashbacks. It's okay. And the other thing is that not all the people are keeping up with the music. Some people are still in Usher and 50 Cent. They don't know the new ones. They don't know every new release. So at least in Greece. So these two problems.
Yeah,
What you said about Usher.
I mean, I love old school. I'm totally old school DJ, and I prefer. But to me, old school is something different than Candy Shop. I mean, it's PAOK, it's Biggie, it's Aaliyah. But if you try playing that, then they're like, "Oh, this DJ doesn't know any good new music." And if they're too young, they just want trap, Pop Smoke, and Travis, and they get bored if you play Biggie, unless you have a really good crowd that really knows the music. But for me, Candy Shop it's not the problem, but it's not old enough and it's not new enough. So I'm just like lost with that song. How do they still love it that much? I mean, if the party's going down, you know you should play that and it's gonna go again, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Every time.
Like you're forced to play a specific type of music to keep up the crowd. So one of my questions is like, we know that all of us, we follow up the crowd, like we read the crowd, but does the crowd actually understands what we are doing and what is the amount of time that we spend listening to new music so we can give it to them? How do you feel it, like, Leah, with the Serbian crowd? I know that you've struggled a lot promoting your party.
Well, I mean, I have played in both of your countries, so I must say maybe we are a bit more up to date with trap, for example. They know new stuff, and people will come to me and ask me for like a brand new song. But the thing is, that's one part of the club, and I'm always between. Like there's one part of the club which are like foreigners or like some Serbian people that are not really hip hop people, but they know that club is really good club. So they come there to be seen, but they're not really into the music. So I'm always between like, should I look at them and follow what they want? Or should I play the music for the people that actually listen to good music and know what they're playing? And if I play Candy Shop, these people are going to roll eyes on me. But then if I play Pop Smoke, these people are going to... So I'm like always trying to do for everybody a bit, like to give everybody something. Like also Serbian rap exploded, like Serbian, it's like it's the same situation. And now they're really forcing that and they really want to hear that. So I'm really like trying to play a song for everybody. If I played what I wanted to play and totally my kind of music, the club would be empty. I mean, maybe it would have 20 people. So I'm really trying to do, like, at the beginning when I was super like new in this, I was playing my own stuff and it was not going that great. My party was not that big. I only had like certain type of people. Now I realized I should really follow the crowd and just do what I see they want.
I'll give you a quick example how it was back in time, if I can say that, like back in time,
Obviously.
when we were starting in Bulgaria with the hip hop parties, minded most of the countries in our region, you have certain type of music, like the Balkan music. We listen a lot of Serbian music, we listen a lot of Greek music, but nothing outside. And promoting the hip hop party was really difficult. So we had to start a little bit slow, a little bit tricky. Like our path was they wanted something that they didn't hear, like they don't know, to introduce new music to them. Right now, everybody knows the new music. So where's the connection? Like where the thing stops? Like the DJ should play the new music, or the DJ should stick to what the crowd wants.
Crowd one.
And if we can find something in between. Remember that STK made a great set. Like he was moving around styles, which is great. How you dealing with the crowd right now, STK?
Yeah, that's what I remember about you. That we was and you was switching very fast all kind of music, flashbacks, 80s, 90s. We played everything. One of my bosses that I love him very much. He was very clever. He told me, "Bro, you never going to have the 100% of the club. Always go for 51%. If you catch the 51%, it will be
That's
good."
great.
Yeah, and if they like it or not, if they looking at me like he's not a good DJ, and from one side it's, you know, my boss is going to pay me, so I will try to do what he is want, but of course I will, from the other side, I will try to make the people have a very good time. uh, Now in Greece, we lost that clubbing feeling because of the internet, the Instagram stories, the TikTok, and all that stuff. It's like maybe they're sitting like 3 hours, and in 3 hours they will dance only one song that they want to put on Instagram, and that's all. But
Yeah, just for the photo.
yeah, I think here in Greece they are not following only one kind of music. If they go out in the club, they want to listen everything: folk, R&B, hip hop, house, tech house, little bit underground, everything. So I'm trying like every 5 minutes, every 10 songs to switch it a little bit. Mati, you too, we play very fast. It's like crazy, but now today it's like that. You need to keep up with everything. You need to switch like everything,
Be all
every
around.
kind of music.
Be
Yeah,
all
every kind
around.
of music. Yeah. I remember the first time that I came to talk to you, it was because you played the "I'll Be There for You," the music from Friends. Yeah,
Friends?
the song.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just played in
and
the middle
I
of the
would have
party.
loved
yeah,
it.
and I think about it, and I said, not he just played it, but it was, you know, the start of Netflix. It was #1 in Netflix, so the song they know everybody. It's too much information that people don't know why we play something, or why we play it in this time, or why we don't play it. And it's like, I remember this thing. It was awesome, bro. The whole club, it was like 4,000 people, and I was always, "I'll be there for you." It was crazy.
It was a great night. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
It's
One
a
of the main
commercial
thing,
club. It's
one of
commercial
the
club.
main
That's
thing that I want to ask you, both of you, uh, the first thing is that how do you feel like we're not normal people working 9 to 5, but we actually work every day. We do work in clubs, but preparation is still part of our work and our job. So are we're craftsmen, or we are producers, we artists? How do you feel about yourself? Where does DJ stay as a position? Like we're producers, or we're artists, craftsmen, or we're just workers?
Well, to me, I think obviously I'm still not a producer. I don't do my own music yet. I mean, I do play the piano, but that's a whole nother thing. I play covers of R&B and pop. but I still didn't find a way to incorporate this and that. Plus, I think people's attention span is so short, and everything is so fast that I don't know. I think they would even get bored if I did too much of anything. But for sure, people don't get, like, to me, they came so many times and they're like, "But what do? You just press play." And I'm like, there's so much more behind that.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, for example, I started scratching like 2 years ago and learning that. With Finnish Music Academy, I still suck at scratching. I mean, plus my hands are separated because of piano. My brain knows how to separate hands, and still it's so difficult for me because you really have to invest time. You really have to practice. I don't have that much time to practice, so I honestly think I still suck. I'm not doing it at the club yet, but people don't get like how much time you spend thinking about which song to play, when to play, and then it all goes down the drain because you go to the club, they come to you with a song request that has nothing to do with what you wanted. You wanted to make a story. For example, I love to go from old hip hop to this, to commercial, to house, maybe beat, to go to Afro, to change all that. And then in the middle of my Afro, they come with like trap song. I'm like, but this really doesn't go together like at this moment. Or they come like, I don't have that song, and they're like, oh, I have it on my phone. I'm like, you really don't get how this works. When they give you a phone, what am I supposed to do with this phone? They don't get it.
They're
Actually,
like in Lion King.
once it happened to me that some client was like, oh, can you play this song but without the vocal? I'm like, do you honestly think that I have a button where I just delete the vocals or whatever?
Magically.
Like, honestly don't get how it works. Or when they ask me like, do you have your own equipment? I said, yeah. I meant like my mixer and vinyl and everything and computer. They didn't have the speakers there. And I was like, did they really imagine me coming with like 4 speakers and 2 sets and mixer? I'm like a one tiny person. Like, no, they have no clue where the sound is coming from. What do you actually do? They're like, you're just standing there and pressing play on songs.
That's the guys. Stian just told me that Fingers just joined us. So welcome to San Diego, California.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, sorry, I didn't see you there.
I'm a little late. You know, I sleep late here.
What time is it there?
10:25.
It's not so.
It's
Oh,
too early.
Just woke up.
Come on.
So Fingers,
I'm here now, though.
I'll give you just a quick recap what we were just talking about. We were talking about our clubs, like the main problems that we have in the Balkans. What types of music do people like and don't like, and why people still want to hear Candy Shop and Usher Yeah and Party Up in Here.
He's laughing.
Yeah, you're laughing. You know what we're talking about?
Yes.
So I'm giving you, the mic is yours. Introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm DJ Fingers from San Diego, from the West Coast, California. I've been professionally DJing for 24 years now, full time. I produce music as well, photography, anything creative is what I love to do. I've traveled to over 60 countries DJing, so I've seen plenty of situations with music programming and clubs and what people, you know, what you can play, what you can't, what you like. You know, I get it when you're talking about what you just said about the music programming. I think that things will start changing now because of streaming. So that's what I've noticed a lot more, is that the generation, more maybe of our generation that came up with that music. Of course, we love it. It's classic to us. Some of these younger kids, it's new to them. You got to realize they're just discovering this stuff on streaming, which they wouldn't have went out and bought the actual vinyl or CD or whatever. You know, some of them were 2 years old when they came out, you know? So I think that a lot of the younger generation are picking up on this music because of streaming. And it's so accessible now to them that they're just like, oh, wow, I like this, or I want to be a part of this. I miss this. I wasn't born, so I want to be a part of it. And that's kind of why we're seeing a recycle in a lot of that music when we're trying to like get rid of it. Like, oh, this is old. We want to, you know, play something new. But it just kind of is now resurfacing, I believe, because of the popularity of streaming now. I mean, streaming really, you see a lot of artists in that genre and generations that are coming back doing shows now and traveling, and like it's kind of been a rebirth is what I believe for that genre, especially for hip hop. I'm not too sure of maybe some of the house stuff, but I believe as well it's across the board. Yeah.
I know that. So basically, what you're telling me and all the audience is that you actually like social media and streaming platforms, and they're actually helping us, is your opinion?
I think it's a give and take with anything. It's just like when Serato came into DJing, I was against it I didn't use Serato for 2-3 years because I just, you know, come from vinyl, you know. But in order to do anything now, you have to learn to embrace the technology to move forward. You don't have to change your beliefs or personality or the things that you do, but you have to learn to adapt. That's why I'm able to still 20 something years later be currently doing, you know, what I was doing then, is because I adapted, you know. And I think that that's important. Again, you know, I explain to people all the time as a DJ, my goal DJing was to connect with people. And I never imagined that I would play in one other country, let alone 60 when I started. So the passion that I had for connecting people with music didn't have to do with money. A lot of younger kids now just see these DJs, oh, it's money, I'm going to be a DJ real quick, you know. They have access to everything very quickly. And that's also good and bad as well. I just think that you have to look at both sides of things that we might dislike or like, you know, and kind of find a balance of how it will work for you. You know, there's some genres of music that I play that I'm not necessarily a huge fan of, but if it connects with my audience and it helps me paint this picture of my whole picture that I'm painting in the club, then I use it in my set, you know. For me, it's just about, again, connection and vibe. And I think that streaming it is making it easier for us to bring back some of those records, or some of them are just not going to die. You know, the Usher, is not going anywhere anytime soon. Like, it just, you know, it's sad, but that's the truth. And you're seeing, then you're seeing that the younger generation are also seeing that in movies. So people will license songs in new movies, right? So they're hearing that, oh, what's that? I love that. I never heard that. Then they're going to go on their phone and stream it. And now they've opened this Pandora's box into that time frame of music. Then they find the Montel Jordan, this is how we do it. Then they find, you know, like that's how they're working now, is they're discovering these genres and artists. And I've even played in some clubs that are really, really young, and I've played stuff that probably no DJ would think to play. But again, I always take chances as a DJ. I like to be different, and I have no problem delivering something different. And I've blown the minds of club owners and stuff. They're like, how did you do that? You know? And I was like, because I see the connection. I don't just go into a room and play music. I'm watching everybody's movements, what they're doing. It doesn't matter if they speak English or not. I know how to connect with people. So I think music for me has been my biggest, you know, thing in life.
Music, I think that music is a universal language. So As
True.
Lena said
Yes. And
earlier, we are trying to make a trip. Like when you play music, you have a whole trip. You have a whole picture. You have a story that you want to tell, and
right.
the only thing you have is music, which is great because music is a universal language.
Mm-hmm.
How are you dealing right now? And I'm addressing this question to you because I know
Mm-hmm.
that California is one of the hotspots for tourism, for partying. So how are you
Mm-hmm.
dealing right now with the COVID problems and all the things that are going in the States?
Right. Well, for me, the last 5 years, I've actually been living in Asia. So I just came
I know
back.
in
I was just
Thailand.
well, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Thailand. Yeah. So I'm been staying in that region for the last 5 years, and I come back and forth to the States. I had just come back from my last tour right before all this happened. I was in China like literally before all this happened, and I came back home, and next thing you know, airports closed and we go, and I'm just like, wow. So I've watched it unfold from here. Of yes, California is, you know, even one of the harder hit areas. It's going to change the entire landscape of DJing. I'll tell you that right now, especially in places like the U.S. Now, there's other countries that are doing very well. Taiwan, Vietnam. I mean, there's clubs open. They're, you know, it's back to business. You know. This is not going to happen in the United States for quite some time. I don't see it happening the rest of the year, to be honest with you. If it does, it's going to be way later in the year, and it's not going to be the same as it was before this happened. So, you know, a lot of DJs, which I suggest to a lot of them as well, you know, to take this time to do things that you've been wanting to do for a long time, with your brand, or you know, music production, or something that you can still try to earn a revenue stream with online, but not DJing, you know. Because for me, even the live stream DJ
Side
stuff,
hustle.
yeah, and I haven't done any live streaming myself. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest with you. But if I did do it, it would have to be something for me that's more educating to people. You know, I try to give back a lot to people, not just play music. You know, like I don't want to go into a live stream and just watch a DJ play stuff I can hear on satellite radio, or you know, I want to learn something. You know, so if I do something, will be thought out well, and it will be something where people can get something out of it. You know, again, for me, it's connection. It's always been about, you know, connection, and taking somebody to this, you know, special place with music. And I guess to sum up your question, it's definitely affected me. I mean, I lost every gig that I had because, one, I can't travel right now. No country is allowing any travel. Two, every club here, Las Vegas, California, all that is done. There's nothing going on, you know. So you don't have any clubs open in the United States. You know, there's people doing like underground parties and stuff like that, but you know, I'm
Not
not
the same.
interested
Yeah.
in that. I'm trying to be part of the solution with this, not the problem. You know, like I really want to see people get back to what they love doing. For me right now, I started switching lanes into photography. I really am passionate about photography now. So I still DJ, of course, but I luckily kind of started going in another direction with that, and design and stuff of that I can still do while I'm going through this, you know, and keep my sanity, and you know, and still do music production as well. But yeah, it's going to be a tough rest of the year for a lot of DJs, you know, and this is the time where they need to take advantage of the technology online. So
I want to continue because right now in Serbia they're opening the clubs. They're trying to return to normal.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
So
I just told them you should all guys come and live in Belgrade for now.
So we're moving to Belgrade.
Yeah,
You love the
Nice.
food. They got great stuff.
pretty
Believe me.
girls, good food.
Pretty girls,
Not
good
bad
food.
music.
Yeah,
Leo, do you
it's the
think
only
that-
one of the only countries I haven't
Oh,
been to.
no
So I need
way.
to go
Out
there.
of 60 countries, Serbia is not one of them.
I've been very all around it,
Small
all around
Berlin.
it. What's that?
We're called like small Berlin. Our clubbing is huge.
Yeah, no, I've heard.
So come here now. We're
I'll give you,
opening.
Yeah.
I'll give you a small secret. Like
Mm.
I rejected a gig to come to one of your parties in Mascara in Sofia.
Mm.
Yeah, he was that good. Like he was playing music that I listened, but I listened in my car.
Yeah.
Like I listened it to myself, and
Right.
he made something that I'll never forget. Like,
Mhm.
dude, you were doing things that changed my whole perspective as a DJ. Like
Nice.
when you're traveling around the country, it's tough, but when you're traveling around the world, you have the freedom to give something new to yourself and to the crowd because people are waiting for something like new, like they want to hear something different.
Right.
So thank you about that lesson that he gave me. And
Nice.
Leah, to continue the question, do you think that people are gonna shift quickly enough to the normal, like what it was before, or they'll need some time to adapt to the normal?
Yeah, well, honestly, you know, Serbian people, they're all about partying. So the first night they told us the lockdown is like finished. You could see like Instagram stories of people, like there were like 30 people at one table at a restaurant, which is not allowed, but obviously nobody was controlling that night. So they went really crazy. And I'm pretty sure the first song we play at the club, the roof is gonna, I mean, we don't have roofs, we have like open clubs now in summer, but I think it's gonna explode. I think they're really waiting, and some of the people are scared, but I think it's less of those people. Most of the people just wanna go back to like normal life partying and stuff. Plus with all the election stuff and our president and everything, I mean, if they allow elections, there's no way they can stop anything else because they're gonna have, like I said, like political meetings, and there's gonna be a bunch of people there. So how can they say, oh, you cannot open the club, but we can have like 5,000 people at the meeting for blah blah blah? I mean, we're not happy about our like political situation, and people are really like trying to change something, but unfortunately, it's like in USA, I think. I mean, I don't know those people. I never met one person that likes our situation, and somehow like most of Serbia is that. I don't know where they live. I don't know how they cannot see what's going on.
Tracks.
SDK, man, I know that most of the country's income in Greece comes from tourism, clubs, buzukis, etc.
Yeah.
So, how do you see the future and how you see this year is gonna end, or is not gonna end, or it's gonna be a long way to the normal?
I don't think so. I don't think so because they don't like to sit home. They don't like it. Greek people are always like, where's alcohol and girls? We are going there. I told you, I think like next month we will open every club. But I think only for 1 month, because if going again to spread here in Greece like crazy, we will close it. But I think 1st of June we will open the clubs, and it will be very good. They don't care. They care about how to have a great time, how to find the alcohol and party and all that stuff. I think we will start like from 1 June, but not all the clubs, because with
Only
that
the open ones?
So look, I think they will open only the clubs that are from 300 people and up, and they have the 50% of the capacity in the club. But it's little difficult here in Greece because, you know, we are like we like to hug each other, kissing, dancing with each other and all that stuff. So it will be
Yeah,
little
you're
bit
warm
difficult.
people.
Yeah, but
People.
we will open. Yeah, we will open all the clubs. It's like from 1 of June. Yeah. But for the
That's
DJs
great.
that you was talking, yeah, for the DJs, I think, yeah, the half of DJs, they'll not be working for like till next year.
Mm-hmm.
Till I think
Guys,
only
seeing this situation, I want to ask you, do you think that we should all together think about a global and local organizations for DJs so we can be protected if something else happens again, like we're in the same situation again? Because right now, I'll give you an example in our country, as a profession, DJ does not
Also,
exist. Like we literally don't exist.
same.
I know that the same is in Serbia, the same is in Greece, in Germany, they have it, but it's like they're part musicians, part DJs. I don't know how it's in the States, but I remember that when we got our visas, there was a specific visa for a DJ. So you have something like a professional DJ, but I don't know legally how it stands. So do you think that a global organization of this type are going to help us manage through type situations? Leah,
Well,
you get
No,
the first.
yeah,
I already started. No, go.
Go,
no,
please,
I just
continue.
it's difficult because obviously all the different countries and politics and things involved with something like that. I've thought about it many times here in the States as well, because, you know, a lot of DJs here, the number one complaint is, you know, we don't have health insurance. We don't have, you know, most DJs, you know, don't have these things. We were fortunate during this crisis in the United States that that the government had finally saw independent workers, gig workers as workers as a professional, and were able to get unemployment money during this crisis. Not everybody, it's not easy to get, but they did allow it for the first time ever, you know, in history, to be able to get money if you are you know, an independent, self-employed person, you know. So but again, those things aren't consistent. It's hard. You got to go through so much, you know, bullshit, to be honest with you. So it's not easy. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see some type of situation where, you know, DJs had some type of you know, coverage with those type of things. Or, you know, I do see people, you know, creating you know, GoFundMe's and stuff to help DJs. But then my take on that is, I think it's great, but then they're not setting out their game plan of the allocation, like who they're going to help, why they're getting help. You know, I think it's more or less some of these bigger, you know, guys are just kind of like, you know, doing this, but who's really are the people that really need it? Like, I'm fortunate that I wouldn't ask for that. I'll try to help somebody that really, yeah, like I would try to help somebody that needed help, because I'm fortunate at this moment, I'm okay. But I really think that a lot of, you know, I saw a lot of news on those DJs that were asking for money for their tour managers, you know.
Yeah, like, and everybody, like,
to me, I was like, these guys are making millions of dollars, and those tour managers, those tour managers have made a lot of money. So I'm not sure that was a smart move on their part.
Definitely. I mean, for us, I would love if there was any like chance of that happening, because first of all, like our budget for culture is the smallest in Europe, and now with all this, it went to zero. Literally, we have zero budget for culture. Plus, for me, it's a huge problem. Traveling is a huge problem because we are not European Union. I'm not allowed to work outside of my country, like anywhere else. So every time I'm traveling, I'm like going there pretending that I'm on vacation. They're like, you're going for 1 day. I'm pretty sure they think I'm a hooker, whatever.
Right.
I'm like, it's still better than knowing that I'm a DJ. And,
Right.
no, honestly, it's a huge problem for me. Like every time I have to think of a story, why am I going somewhere? And every time I'm scared if they're gonna laugh at me if I'm booked and I cannot like enter the country because they realize that I'm working, taking the money. And it's such and we don't have like, it doesn't exist, like DJing doesn't exist for now. We have to pay something for a year, like a license for DJing. But I'm exactly the same as folk singer. We pay the same amount, and it's so we're not even close. Folk singers here take so much money, and we get barely a cut of that. And we pay the same fee to the country for the job that is not the same. And yeah, we're totally unprotected. Even the clubs, we get the money cash on hands the night that we finish because it's so not regulated, which for me is a good thing in a way.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you don't pay taxes, which is okay, but I think eventually they're gonna do that as well. I mean, they will figure out. But we're totally like alone in that. We're totally not covered. We didn't get anything with this period, and we're all unemployed.
Yeah.
STK, how is in Greece, man?
It's madness with that thing. DJ, like, it doesn't exist. It exists like if you work in a nightclub and you take from the like 30 euros. We all know that we don't take 30 euros here. So the other 100 euros are like black, how to say it.
Yeah,
so now it's a little difficult. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. We take the DJs that have insurance and all that stuff. They take for these 2 months with the lockdown. They take about 500 euros for 1 month. And now I see on Facebook, Instagram, some DJs trying to do like a community of DJs and take a license. But here in Greece, it's a very big problem because everybody is a DJ. Everybody knows how to play. And we don't know who to give it and who is like good DJ, and we will let him play in a club, or he's good for a club and all that stuff. So I think it's not going to work. So we will work under the table.
Right now, the only thing that saves me is that I'm part of the most popular group in Bulgaria, hip hop group. So I'm their official DJ, and I think I'm paid as last year I was a dancer. This year I think I'm a tour specialist or a concert expert, something like that. So I can actually pay to my country for health insurance, for income taxes. So basically, I do receive money, but I don't receive them as a DJ. So we've tried in Bulgaria a couple of times to do something like that, to make an organization like a syndicate. And I want to ask if you have some experience or know countries that do have that, and we can collaborate and to be cooperative, to think in the future and create an organization that can literally protect us. So guys, I think that most of the questions that we thought about it, like with Stoyan, we covered most of them. If you have something in mind, feel free to speak. If you have any ideas, except for like moving in Belgrade, which is not an idea, it's something that is gonna happen. So any final words?
Here in Greece, we have about the community and all that stuff that we were talking about. Here in Greece, we have a question. that everybody is asking. How you tell if one DJ is good, and you let him like work and take from the government all the stuff that can give you? How you tell if one DJ is good or not?
I think that if we, as experienced DJs, we all can make certain ways to know if a DJ is a good or bad. Like there can be categories. Man, we can use a lot of instruments to know if someone is good or bad.
I have to disagree.
Like if we
I have a problem because so many girl DJs have so many followers because they're girls. Obviously, it's easier for us. I'm sorry, it's just that way. And they have so many followers. They have. Once I went to an Instagram of a girl. It doesn't matter which one, because I heard her at the club, and she could not change one song. I played a song before her and she came right after me and she panicked and she played the same song like right after me. And because she didn't know how to take it out, just not to play, because somebody made her a playlist and she was just going through it. And if you put her at like 10 p.m., she's going to play the same song as at 2 a.m. And I went and I saw her SoundCloud and her like Instagram and everything. She has so many likes, so many comments, so many views, so many. Her mixtapes are perfect. And how do you know? Like, how can you know if you never met her, if you never saw her or heard her live? Like, how can you know if she's a good DJ or not?
I'll give you an example. Here in Bulgaria, we have something that it's called Organization of Craftsmen.
Okay.
To be a craftsman, you have to be part of 3 levels, like you're a beginner, then you're experienced, and after that you're a master. But through all this, you're showing what you can actually do. Like hairdressers, makeup artists, you can literally see the product, like you can see what they're doing. I think that it's the same when it comes to categorizing DJs. Like we all can make a criteria, and if you don't follow the criteria, you're not a DJ. And I'm not feel bad for that. If you're an Instagram, social media phenomenon, I don't give a shit. If you cannot beat match a track, you're not a DJ.
But the problem, I'm gonna tell you the problem with this situation you guys are talking about is it's not really our opinions that matter. It's the promoter and the club owners that want these girls, not just girls or guys that are influencers, because all they see is numbers and they want sales. It has nothing to do with music right now. Like most of the club stuff all around the world is about numbers. It's not about the love of music. You know what I mean? Like that's where things have changed. And I think that some get it, but a lot don't. And I think that a lot of DJs should be humbled right now by their situation, because I've went on a lot of live streams and just to see what DJs are doing. You have a lot of big name DJs that aren't getting those views on live stream because they're not the ones that really are the draw to these clubs. Certain clubs people go to because it's cool, that they want to be at that club. It's the best club to be at. That's where people want to be. Anybody can DJ there and it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So I hope that they're humbled by these numbers that they're seeing, you know, which are hardly anything. You know, you see even a Diplo, him and Dylan Francis are together are barely getting 800, 3,000 views, but they'll sell out, you know, bigger festivals. You know, they'll be a part of a bigger festival, but hard ticket sales of them alone, okay, they can do their thing, but it comes down to their fans are younger, so they're not as it's hard to, I see it in different areas, but bottom line is numbers. it's not really music, it's numbers. And so you get a girl that has a pre-program, and not just a girl, because there's dude influencers that were, you know, even rappers that are now DJs, you know, from Snoop to Wiz Khalifa or whatever. Like it just became another hustle even for artists to make extra money. They seen, well, if this guy can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, I can do it, you know? So it just became this thing where the accessibility of having a USB or a laptop or whatever, it's easy for anybody to do this now, you know? So the quality is different than it was back then. And having those master degree, having those levels, like you said, everybody just goes here now. It's just like, oh, I got this music and now I'm a DJ. You know what I mean? And you can't really use the argument, well, you didn't use turntables or you didn't spin vinyl, because we're not there anymore. We're here. So we have to, you know, adapt to those things. We can't expect somebody that's, you know, 19 years old now to say, yeah, I come from turntables and vinyl, you know, like it's just not the situation, you know?
It doesn't fit.
So,
It doesn't fit.
it's not this. Now, some are going back and learning these. I just think for me, being a DJ, you should know the fundamentals. That's it, you know?
Bro, here in Greece, if a club owner finds a DJ like 50 euro less than a very good DJ, he will take it with closed eyes, closed ears. He will take him like he's the number one DJ, and he sucks. Okay, the DJ sucks, and it's the number one club, so he's a good DJ, but he's not.
Right.
If the club owner finds, you said it, it's numbers, bro. Yeah. It's numbers. If he is okay with the numbers, he don't care.
Yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying. Some of these clubs, it's not the DJ that's making the club packed and cool. That's the place to be. Yeah. So you take a lot of these DJs and you put them in a club in Vegas that's the hottest club. It doesn't matter if it's me, you, her. It doesn't matter. That's where people want to be. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that that this, you know, will humble a lot of DJs when I see their live streams, and you know, they think they're the ones that are selling out clubs and everybody goes there because of them. It's not the case, you know, not for everybody. There is certain artists and DJs that have that established, you know, fan base. I'm talking in a general sense of DJs, you know, and ones that have some popularity as well. But this is going to be a challenging time for all of them. And I think that the best advice I have is to find the revenue streams digitally, music production, and just putting out music and trying to build a catalog that can bring you those revenue streams of income, you know, during this situation, you know.
Okay, guys, so I want from you to give me the most positive words about the COVID situation. We're starting with the lady and finishing all back to the States. Guys, let's stay positive and let's stay home. Leah, it's on you, man.
Well, all I can say is like everybody can find something to do during this period, which is going to be really good for them. I'm not one of those like, oh, you should learn this, you should like work out. If you don't feel good, everybody's different. Everybody has their own needs. For me, it's good to be productive, to do. I have been playing piano after so many years, like, and I had time to practice scratching and everything. But there's people who just don't feel that good, have anxiety attacks, so I'm like, do whatever works for you. I'm not one to tell you like, oh, do this. I feel so bad, like with all the influencers telling you like, you should do this, you should eat like this, you should work out this time or that time. I'm like, just like do whatever is best for you in this period. Try to relax and like stay positive. This will pass. Especially because we have situations where it's like just another thing that we're going to go through. So I don't know. I don't want to tell people what to do, just to do whatever makes them feel good. If it's laying down and watching Netflix all day, it's still okay, because everybody deals with the stuff on a different level and different way.
SDK, Leo?
Oh, bro, like a generation, we lived so much so much. Literally, like a generation, we saw so much, we lived too much, we get this through. It's I think we will be if next year don't came aliens. So I think we will be very good because it's the only thing that we didn't see. Stay safe. Everything will be okay, I think. And thanks for the invitation. And I hope to see you all in one club to play all together. And then die from the alcohol, I think. But it will be okay.
We have to.
William?
Yeah, I
Something for
mean,
you, man?
pretty much the same as them. I think that it's important that people always do what they love, and during any situation, you know, and don't feel pressured from other people that you have to learn a craft or, you know, like you don't have to do that. You do what, you know, genuinely makes you happy, and everybody does deal with this situation differently, you know. I've taken it pretty seriously. The first 3 weeks, I don't think I left my house one time, to be honest with you. You know, I was like at home kind of taking it in and assessing what my next, you know, move was going to be. I found plenty of time to get things done that I've been wanting to do for years, which has been great. I got till next year to get my summer body ready, so I got plenty of time for that. I don't have to worry. This summer's shot, so we're good. You know, like I'm okay, but there's a lot that aren't because they're in different situations. I have a lot of compassion for those people, and I really, you know, to anybody out there, you know, find something that's positive in your life, if it's music or whatever, and try to do that the most you can. You know, that's through this situation, you know, and through life in general. You know, again, I'm fortunate to have done my passion and dream now for 23 years full time. So, you know, really, it's still humbling to me to think that I've come this far from that, you know, so I never lose sight of that. So
I'll start where you finished. Thank you guys being here with me, and I want to thank you being with you, because your experience is one of a kind. And I've been blessed doing what I love every single day. And I've never thought about how much money is going to get me. And I see that most of the people that had dreams, right now you do have time for your dreams. So no complaining about time. You have plenty of time to do your side work, to do your side project, to get rebuild, to make your body rebuild. I don't care what you're doing, just be happy every single day. Start with a smile, finish it with a smile. If you like new music, listen to new music. If you like shitty music, I'm happy about you, man. So be happy what you have every single day. And this is what I want to finish this wonderful conversation. Be happy, guys. Thank you very much.
yep, thank you. Yep, see you guys. Thanks.
And I hope to see all of you in different clubs all around the world. We'll keep in touch.
Yes, for sure.
Invitation. Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye, guys.
See you. Bye.